What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Charles. My kids are out, my husband is gone, and I thought now would be the perfect time to show you a bit of like a meal prep kind of thing that I would do. I was going to say most weeks. I honestly do not do this because I'm a lazy butt, but if I did, and when I do, it really does help me to stay on track. So let's get into that. I'm going to be cooking up some sweet potato. We call it kumara here, and I've had people say to me, isn't kumara Japanese sweet potato? Kumara is any sweet potato in New Zealand. So yeah, get used to that. We're going to cook up some kumara. I'm going to make up some like flavored rice, and I'm going to prep some veggies and all that good stuff. And all this does is help me to stay on track, to make meals quickly, because I'm a busy mom. And when you're wanting to lose weight, it is so crucial that you're actually making this doable for yourself so that you do it, so that you can actually lose weight. So let's get into the video. So first off, you're going to need some kumara, and we're really lucky that we get these massive bags and they're seconds, so they're pretty cheap. I'm just going to shove some of these out here. Alright, so you can see these are pretty gnarly and they really need peeling because they're seconds, so I'm just going to peel all of these. Okay, I interrupt this broadcast to let you know you should turn on your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. So once they're peeled, you want to give them a little bit of a wash. And then we've got all of these potatoes, and then you want to dry them. Now, you see how it has these kind of little bits on the ends? This one's just got this. So I would just probably cut that off, or you can see this one's like a little bit fibrous here. So I would just cut that off. Once your kumara is washed and peeled, if it needs to, if I had a different variety, I wouldn't peel it. Once it is ready, then put it in a tray to roast. So all I've done is baking paper on a roasting dish. Easy as, bro. And this goes kind of sappy, so my hands are like so sticky. And now I'm just going to put this in the oven for about 40 minutes, and I'll just test it. I'll test it in 40 minutes time and see if it's done. So I'll put the timer on for 45 minutes. It's on fan bake, and yeah, about 200 degrees Celsius. Alright, so now I'm going to make some rice. What I really like to do is have some staples like that kumara and some rice in my fridge so that I can build a bowl really easily, because vegetables are quick to cook. You can use raw vegetables, but I always want to be doing like that 50-50 plate. I'm trying to eat a ton of vegetables, but you need that kind of starch, that food that has a lot of fiber. And spoiler alert, veggies don't actually have a ton of fiber, they're 95% water. You do need that starchy fibrous food to help you feel full, and it's relatively low in calories. So having something like that prepped, and you can freeze it as well, is going to make your life way easier. So this is what I do. Alright, so we've got some brown rice here, and I'm going to put one onion in it. I've got a little bit of parsley, some turmeric, and a little bit of a chicken stock. This is a vegan chicken stock that I really like. Brand is Marcel. Okay, so first off I'm going to cut up this onion just into little strips. Alright, so I've got my pot here, and I'm going to put about 2 cups of rice. Put this in. Right, so to this I'm going to put probably 2 pinches of turmeric. I'm also going to put one of these stock cubes. Put that in. I'm going to put 2 cups of water. 4 cups of water. I'm going to give it a little mix and then I'm going to put it on the stove. Okay, so while that's cooking and bringing to the boil that rice, we're going to use this and grate some carrots. What I do for broccoli is I've already prepped up this broccoli, but I'm going to show you anyway. When I get a broccoli, I just cut it into little pieces, and I'm actually going to cut this into smaller pieces than this. And then what that means is that I can actually quickly get this, put it in my broccoli microwave steamer, and it's ready to go. I don't have to chop up a broccoli, and it means that I store it better too. Alright, so my rice is bubbling away now. I'm going to put the lid on and simmer it. I just realised I have carrot and onion in my hair. So this is simmering away nicely, and I put it down to a 2, and I'm going to put the timer on for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and then the lid goes on. So back to the broccoli, I like to store it like this. It makes it really easy to use every day. And the other good thing about this is I know I want to eat at least this much broccoli. This is about a litre of broccoli, about a pound every day. So having it in a container like this is really helpful when you're wanting to increase the amount of veggies, because you can look at that and you can say, okay, I want to eat this today. I might want to eat like this in a day as well. That's quite a lot of carrot. So I might spread that out over a couple of days, but it helps you to visually know to be eating more vegetables and prep more. So I love this brand, Sistema. I'm not sponsored by them, but everyone's like, you should be sponsored by Sistema. They are plastic, but I really like them, and I have got seriously so many Sistema containers. Like, this is not even half of them. I really like them. Something I want to show you as well is that this broccoli has been cut up for at least a week, and look how fresh it still looks. So you can, like, it's got a little bit of kind of crustiness, but it's not a big deal. So cutting it up in advance is absolutely fine. If it's going to help you to be more prepared and eat more vegetables, I highly recommend doing it. So while that pot is boiling away and cooking my rice, I'm just going to quickly make up some hummus. And if you want to see the full recipe for hummus that I normally make, you can check out the description, because I've put a link to my blog, and I'll show you what I do. I kind of change it every time, honestly, so I'm not someone who really likes following recipes, but I do have another video as well where I show exactly what I do for that recipe, and you can check that out by clicking on this video. So the thing about this kind of hummus is it is going to be a lot more smooth in the blender as opposed to a food processor. But as you can see, it's more runny because I had to put more water to get it to blend. It's also a little bit green because I had that parsley in there, but you can leave that out if you want and choose whether you want to use a blender or not. My blender doesn't really do things without quite a bit of water. Anyway, that's done. Alright, so this rice that I cooked is nearly ready. But what I'm noticing is that there might be a little bit too much water. So I did 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of water. And that's what I used to do when I worked in a cafe, and it worked. So we'll see. But it looks a bit watery. I'll show you. You can see it kind of looks a little bit watery, but I've got 1 minute to go, and once that timer goes off and the heat goes off, I'll just leave it for about 10 minutes. And these have been cooking for about an hour now because I had to go, whoa, and I'll show you how I know if they're done. Get this thing. So this is my kind of tips. I will honestly like squish them. See how it's squishy? It's squishy. To me, that's done. So they look really good. They're squishable. They look perfect to me. Very hot, a little bit hard on the outside. Okay, I'm really hungry and I feel like I cannot wait for these to cool down, even though they're literally so hot. No, too hot. I can't. Just like pick tiny bits off. Like that. Yum. I have to wait. It's really hard. And for this, I'm just gonna wait for 10 minutes, but I did drain out a tiny bit of water. Nick, what are you doing?
Cleaning.
Are you cleaning your computer?
Yes.
Fun. Okay. So all that meal prep is done and I'm going to show you it. So these are the finished products. This is going to be super easy to cook up in my microwave steamer. I can make a salad with adding some carrot. These kurma turned out really, really good. They look so good. Just do like a squash test. Look at that. Ooh, baby. Look at that goodness. And we've got the rice there. I just added a few frozen peas, and we've got the hummus there. And I'll show you how quickly you can put a meal together when you've got a few of these ingredients prepared. Hey Nick, I made you this. I want you to give it a taste test. Tell me what you think. If you like this video and you found it helpful, then please hit subscribe, and if you turn on the little notification button, then I think you'll get notified when I make videos, which seems pretty epic. So I will see you guys next week for another video.